Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you're having a fantastic start to your weekend and you're looking forward to the racing out at Turffontein. We're going to have the postman that's tipping out at Turffontein. So I'm going to hand over to the postman.
Yeah, thanks, Steve, and a big warm welcome to all the Top Tipper patrons. Hope you guys have had a good week. Lovely racing this weekend. We start talking about the Turffontein card scheduled for Saturday, the 19th of March, to be run on the Turffontein main track. Guys, there are 9 races carded, and the first event is due off at 11:45. The first race is a maiden plate to be run over 1600 meters. Please take note in the first race, horse 4, Macbessie, is scratched. Our first selection here is horse number 5, Dawn Mission. This is Keegan DeMiller for Candace Dawson. Has had 3 fair runs. On all 3 occasions, it has been drawn wide. She's nicely drawn at 3, currently round about 7-1. We do believe this is a nice value bet. We're certainly going to have places on this one. For second, we have gone for horse number 10. This is Canada Square. This is Richie Faree for Sean Terry, current favourite round about 18-10. Has had 2 fair runs in the Cape, first time in the province. This one has had an 18-week layoff. The only thing that worries us here is the 18-week layoff. However, we know that Sean Terry, being such a great horseman, can bring them back. If this one did not have the layoff, I would tell you to put your heads down and have a punt on it. For third, guys, we throw in horse number 6, Never Too Clever, Diego de Gavea for Erica Verdenise. Has had, again, 3 fair runs. The best run has been over 1400 meters, whereby it finished just over 4 lengths behind Castle Green. I do believe the 1600 meters will suit this one down to the ground, nicely drawn at 5. And again, this should make our swingers, trifectas and quartets pay. For fourth, have gone for horse number 2, Blonde Act. This is Craig Zaki for Alec Laird, 3rd run after rest. Last time out, finished 4th to Castle of Glass. I do believe that this one, again, should be there and thereabouts. Only negative, guys, draw 8 out of 10 now with the scratching. So race 1, we've gone 5, 10, 6, and 2. We move on to the second race on the card. This is due off at 12:20. This is another maiden plate, this time for 3-year-old fillies, to be run over 1600 meters. Please take note, horse number 1, Bellavade, has been withdrawn. Guys, we move on to the second race, and on going through the card here, I see the favorite is 2, Pashasha. This one always finishes second, and I do believe it will finish second again. Our first selection here is horse number 4, Pretty in Pearls. This is Muzigeni for Paulie Matchett. Last time out has finished second, just over a length behind Angel's Wish. Round about 23 or 24-10. We think this is a fair bet, and we think it's one of the better bets on the card. For second, we have gone for horse 2, Pashasha, Caden Brewer for Roy Magner. Caden claiming he's 2.5. If we just have to look at the form of this one, it's had 5 seconds on a trot. This one sits handy, and again, should be there when the whips are cracking. For third, we have gone for horse number 7, Color Coded. This is Keegan DeMiller for Candace Dawson. Last time out in a work riders, was hanging all over the place, weak and late. I do believe that the 1600 will suit with the strong urgings of Keegan. This one can fill in one of their minor spots. For fourth, gone for horse 5, Hydrangea, Richie Faree for Sean Terry. Again, the last 2 runs, 4th and 4th in small fields. I see they have put blinkers on, so this one certainly should improve a bit. And again, should fill in one of their minor spots. In exotics, I think 2 and 4 will be sufficient. Selections again, 4, 2, 7, 5, and we quite fancy the 4. We move on to the third event on the card. draw for 12.55. This is a middle stakes to be run over 2,850 meters. Again, please take note, we have a scratching here of horse number 5, Mystery Boy. When we went through this race, I think this is quite tricky. And the reason I say this is the favourite and short price favourite is the horse 2 Barrack, currently 9 to 10. I think this is a fair sort, carrying 60 kilos with Richie Ferree up for Mike de Kock. I do believe this is the horse to beat, but I certainly wouldn't be taking 9 to 10. However, Barrack is our first selection. Our second selection is horse number 6, Marsaken. This is, again, Caden Brewer for Mike de Kock, the stable companion. How often have we seen the lesser fancied of the two arrive? Marsaken is carrying 49 kilos. So the first selection giving him 11 kilos. And I do believe that Marsaken will certainly go really, really close. For third, we have thrown in horse number 3. I'm looking for improved performance from Before Noon. This is Calvin Habib for the Terry stable. Last 2 runs have been below par. However, when we go back and we look and we dig deeper into some of his runs, finished 4th in the Gold Cup, finished 3rd behind Nabras over 3,000 meters. So the distance should not be a worry. We're just looking for an improved effort. At around 10 to 1 again, this could make swingers, trifectas and quartets pay. For 4th, we have thrown in the bottom weights, horse 7, Smiley River. This is Jeff Seister for Philip Labuschagne. Jeff has ridden on several occasions. He's won on it. I don't believe the distance will be to this one's demise. And I certainly think that in this small field, can fill in one of the minor spots. So race 3, we've gone 2, 6, 3 and 7. Maybe exactas is a way to go there. We move on to the 4th race, draw for 13.35. This is a maiden plate to be run over 2,000 meters. Again, guys, please take note, horse 12, Fashion Enigma, has been withdrawn. And in the 4th race, probably find our best bet on the card. This is horse number 11, Lamborghini, Warren Kennedy for Paul Peter. This has had 1 run over 2,000 meters, was a decent effort. I think this one will come on nicely. I know it's bred for further, but when we go through the field, I don't believe there's anything here going to Hollywood, and I certainly believe that the 11 is the one to beat. I think round about 5 to 2, I think is worth a small touch. For second, we have gone for horse number 1, Jaipur Jewel, Richard Ferree for Mike de Kock. Richie has ridden on both these last 2 runs, both times again been drawn bad, finishing 2nd and 3rd. It's not drawn well again, so this one would need luck in the running, and I do believe that this one will be 2nd on the day. For third, gone for horse number 2. This is Leeson Muzieni for the Lucky Hoodalaka stable. Last time out in soft going, finished the race off with respiratory noise. I am putting a line through that. Previous form was all right, finishing 2nd to Pewter Sky and 2nd to Motor City Hitman. If it sees out the distance, should certainly run into the places. For 4th, gone for a real lunatic here, gone for horse 6, Harold the Duke. This is Cole Dickens for Diane Stenger. Last time out was again drawn 13 out of 14, was never in contention. However, the run before that in a work riders over 2,000 meters was not a bad run. And I do believe that this one could fill a minor position and could make our trifectas and quartets pay. So in the 4th race, guys, gone 11, 1, 2 and 6, and quite fancy the 11, one of the better bets on the day. Move on to the 5th race. This is draw off at 14.10. This is a merit-rated 84 handicap to be run over 2,000 meters. And our first selection here is horse 13, Naval Guard. This is Warren Kennedy for Paul Peter. Last time out was very unlucky behind Motor City Hitman. Had no luck in the running. And I do think that with the low mass of 52 kilos, I do believe the 2000 will suit this one down to the ground, and I think at 28 to 10, this one will be hard to peg back. For second, have gone for horse number 5, Have a Go Joe. This is Richie Ferree for Sean Terry. Again, nicely drawn at 7, currently 4 to 1. Won really, really well last time out under Richard from a bad draw, and will certainly be there at the death. For third, gone for horse number 2, another roughie here, Ideal Jet, Muzieni for Paulie Peter. This is a third run after rest. Last time out, finished the race with a mouth injury. I'm putting a line through that. We go back and look. This one finished second behind Franklin, over 2,000 meters. Ran second behind Ariam in the Oak Trial, and round about 20 to 1. I think this one could again finish in the money and make our swingers and quartets pay. For fourth, gone for horse number 9, Jive Express. This is Derek David for St. John Gray. This is a third run after rest. Has average form. Has run 6 times in this course and distance for a first and a second. And again, in this field, can fill in one of their minor spots. So race 5, guys, gone 13, 5, 2, and 9. Move on to the 6th race, the Jacaranda Handicap. This is a listed event to be run over 1400, to be run at 1450, and of a distance of 1800 meters. When we go through the card here, the class horse in the race is obviously horse 1, Bold Fortune, but we are selecting the 4, Pin Up, with Warren Kennedy aboard for Paulie Peter to win this race. We think that with the 54.5, we think that's enough weight to give Bold Fortune a very, very good run. So we've gone 4 to win Pin Up, has won 2 on the trot, drew clear very, very well last time over 1600. That was in a grade 3, and definitely the hat-trick is on the cards. For second, we have gone for horse 1, Bold Fortune, Diego de Gavea for the Pedigree stable. Really, really classy animal. I see there's been a touch of support from 2 to 1 to 18 to 10. Can certainly not be left out. Exotics. And again, should certainly give a bold account of itself. For third, we've thrown in horse 7, Saragon. This is my roughie of the race. This is Ryan Munger for Candace Dawson. I'll go back and I look. This finished 2.5 lengths behind Bold Fortune over 1800 meters at the Val. I think there's a weight turnover of about 5 kilos. This certainly will go closer. And if Saragon brings her A game, I think that this one can certainly run into the places, maybe paying 4 or 5 rand a drum. We certainly going to take swingers with that. For fourth, gone for horse 6, Rouge Allure. This 8-year-old mare, ridden by Dennis Swaz for the Stephen Moffat stable. Last time out, finished second behind Pin Up at big odds. I see that Dennis has retained the ride, and we think this one will fill in one of their minor spots. So race 6, we've gone 4, 1, 7, and 6. We'll move on to the 7th race, due off at 15:25. This is a Sycamore Sprint Grade 3 event to be run over 1160 meters. We think this is quite a tricky race. However, our first selection here, and quite a confident first selection, is horse 8, Full Velocity. Keegan DeMello for Sean Terry. We go back and we look, nothing wrong with the form. We go back 3 runs, finish second, bob of the head to Big Burn. That occasion, Full Velocity was carrying 54.5, so it's down 1. When we look at Big Burn was carrying 54, up to 61 kilos. So we've got a massive turnaround in the weights, and I think at 3 to 1, if Full Velocity brings his A game, I think it's race over. For second, we have gone for horse number 9, Kissing Point, Kabelo Matziani for the Crawford stable. This one, very, very speedy. This will jump and go and play, and they catch me if you can tactics. With a low mass of 52, this one may be quite difficult to peg back. We know that Kabelo is riding really, really well for the stable. I see there has been a touch of support from 12.5 to 10 to 1. So again, guys, just keep watching, see if there's more support for this one, but I certainly would not leave this one out any of my exotics. For third, we have thrown in the current favourite, horse 1, Big Burn. The form is there for all of us to see. Warren Kennedy for Paulie Peter. Again, only negative here for us is the 61 kilos, giving weight all around. For fourth, gone for horse 4, Bold Act. This is Richard Furry for Mike de Kock. We go back and look at the form of this one. This one beat Bon Vivant over this course and distance when still a juvenile, has been campaigning over slightly longer, back to the 1160 meters. I think this one should be thrown in to the back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 7, 8, 9, 1 and 4. Race 8, due off at 1600 hours, merit rated 80 handicap, to be run over 1100 meters. Guys, I think this is really open. Putting as many as the budget would allow here. I think it's 7-2 the field, and as I said, not an easy race. I see that horse 8, Bloomington, has been withdrawn, so please take note of that. In a very open race, our first selection here is horse 2, Noble Sniper, Warren Kennedy for Paul Peter. The form lines have been franked. Last time out, this one finished the race fatigued and choked up, so I'm putting a line through that. We go back and look. This one, I certainly don't think will be outrun over the 1100 meters. It has performed relatively well over that distance, and I think nicely drawn at 16. This will be finishing when others have cried enough. For second, we've gone for horse number 12, Power Ranger, Richard Furry for Mike de Kock. This was beaten by a subsequent winner last time out. Drops in class. I think it's nicely drawn, carrying a handy galloping mass of 55. This one will be there when the whips are cracking, since should not be left out of any of the exotics. For third, throwing a bit of roughy here, horse 11, Twice as Splendid, Nathan Klink for Grant Maroon. Nathan rode this one last time out, finishing second to Another Thief. It's not that consistent, but if he can bring that run into this race, can certainly fill in one of the minor spots. For fourth, we've thrown in horse 5, Frontline Fighter, Muzieni for Paul Peter. This one tries the extra 100 meters, and I do believe that this one can certainly finish into the back end of trifectas and quartets. So race 8, in a tough event, we've gone 2, 12, 11 and 5. Guys, again, put in as many as the budget would allow. Move on to the lucky last, due off at 1635. Merit rated 72 handicap, again to be run over 1600 meters. Not the easiest race on the card. However, please take note, guys, that horse 5, Catch a Green Light, has been withdrawn. Our first selection here is horse number 1, Secret Is Ours. Muzieni, my apologies, Caden Brewer for Paul Peter. Caden will claim his 2.5, which will aid this one considerably. We do believe that this is the right horse in the race. I don't think the 1600 meters is too short, and certainly will go pretty close. For second, we've thrown in horse number 9. This is Ball Rolling for the Sunday Ngole for Paulie Peter. We think that Peter Stable will have a decent day. Last time out, finishing 4th under a length behind the winner, was slow on that day, shifted 150 out, was drawn really bad. We do believe with the draw 6 and with Phyllis Sunday's claim, Ball Rolling can go pretty close. For third, we've gone for horse number 3. This is Iceman Cometh, Julia Mariba for Joey Somo, drawn on the fence at 1. Last time out was not a bad run under Julius. Finished 5 lengths behind Motor City Hitman, was drawn really bad. And I do believe that with the one draw, this one may be a nice little place bet. I see there has been a touch of support for this one from 12.5 to 8.5 to 1. So guys, please just see if there's any follow through with that. For fourth, we've thrown in horse number 2. This is Sequoia, Richie Furry for Mike de Kock. This one won last time out at Greyville, beating Brandenburg by 1.5 lengths. I think this field is stronger, and this, for me, to fill in one of the minor positions. So race 9, gone 1, 9, 3, and 2. Guys, again, on going through the card, I think the better bets are the first 4 or 5 races. After that, I think it becomes tough. If you're taking exotics, load up later on, maybe go light earlier. Guys, please watch for jockey changes, check for scratchings, check for any betting support. Look after yourself, take care, and Stevie, back to you in the studio.
Thanks for the input, the postman. I know you like studying the card, and I know you really put the time and the effort in so that we can steer the punters in the right direction. So please, Lord, let some of those horses arrive, and let's make some nice tidy profit on the day. Well done to the kid who tipped out at Cheltenham. 2 out of 3 winners, 1-7-4 and 1-3-1. So it was nice tidy profit we ended up making this side. Hope you guys got onto some of that. The postman tipped on Thursday. The postman tipped his value bet that ran second, paid R1.80 a place. So that was also a nice tidy profit, although we didn't really get involved too much on that card because of the change of venues. So all in all, enjoy, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.